This is the RheumNow Week Review, the special EULAR 2017 edition. I'm Dr. Jack Cush, Executive Editor of RheumNow.com. And this week at EULAR, a lot of interesting things, a really interesting week, a lot of good stuff. The first 2 days have been covered on RheumNow. The next 2 days will be covered next week on Monday and Tuesday. So far, having gone through 3 days of meeting with one more left, there's a few themes that have come out in my mind. Probably at the top of the list is psoriatic arthritis and SPA. A lot going on. A lot of extension studies to what's been done before. TOFA, TNF inhibitors, secukinumab, ixekizumab, and even abatacept have all looked good in 24, 52, even 2-year studies. But sort of the subtext is that there's news about enthesitis. There's a sort of focus on enthesitis. There are studies with ustekinumab in enthesitis. There's studies with enthesitis not doing so well with certain drugs, specifically ixekizumab. So a lot of the other studies have shown enthesitis, dactylitis, ACR20, everything looks good, but enthesitis is sort of not quite what it should be, at least with ixekizumab. And then in the case of ustekinumab, where they did an enthesitis-specific study, it looked really, really good. I think one of the problems, though, is the measures it's used for enthesitis. It's not quite as exact as the ACR20, but this still is an important thing, and this is something that's going to play out over time. The other big message in psoriatic arthritis is really the psoriasis. How good are these drugs at skin disease? So while the TNF inhibitors work very well, tofacitinib works well at high doses and works well with a lot of time. So it doesn't look good at 3 months, but maybe at 6 and 12 months it looks good. Unfortunately, abatacept looks great in the joints, but doesn't seem to get much bang for its buck in the skin. So a lot going on. Cancer is another interesting thing that's out there. There's been a few studies all continuing to reaffirm that whether it's a TNF inhibitor, a study done by Raschau and actually presented by Carl Turson from Lund, showed that the ARTIS database, looking at recurrence of cancer, there was no recurrence of solid tumors when you expose people to TNF inhibitors. And there's another interesting study also from the ARTIS database looking at all biologics, tocilizumab, abatacept, rituximab, TNF inhibitors, showing again also no increase in cancer with exposure to that. A lot of long-term extension studies. Voclosporin looked good out to 4 weeks. That's the cyclosporin-like drug being used for lupus nephritis. And lastly, a very interesting study with belimumab and Rituxan being given to patients with lupus. Real sick lupus, SLEDAI scores of 18, and they gave them 2 doses of rituximab and followed up with belimumab. The results look really good. Now, it's a pilot study, but they were mainly looking to see if the drug would affect antibody levels and netosis, and it did. And in addition to that, the patients got better, they lose less steroids, and many of them were able to stop their mycophenolate. So exciting new news. Go to the website, see what's going on at EULAR. We'll see you next week at RheumNow.com.